Your boy Troy, aka T King Mode, and welcome to the RotoBallers Fantasy Sports YouTube page. Make sure you like and subscribe. Today, we're gonna do a little trade talk. 2 buys, 2 sells. So let's get into the episode. My first buy is gonna be Jamir Gibbs. We've seen his explosiveness on the field since week 1. The issue is we haven't seen that game-changing blow-up game from him just yet. Week 1, he had 7 rushes for 42 yards, 2 receptions on 2 targets, but he only had a 27% snap share, 30% opportunity share, and a 60% target share. But his head coach Dan Campbell did say that his workload was going to increase starting this week, and he wasn't lying. Well, not at first at least. He had 7 rushes for 17 yards, 7 receptions on 9 targets for 39 yards, with a 27% target share. Now, he saw a 49% snap share and a 42% opportunity share. Granted, that was a lot to do with David Montgomery getting injured, and he might be out for a while with that thigh injury. But now is the time to buy him, because even though you might be buying high on Jamir Gibbs right now, you want to buy him now before his blow-up game, or his price is going to be way too expensive. You don't want to wait that long. Make sure you go out and buy him right now. Next buy is Nico Collins. Now, I know it's the Houston Texans, I know it's gross, but hear me out. You usually aren't able to buy a team's wide receiver 1 for less than your newborn. Nico Collins has proven to be the team's wide receiver 1 since week 1. Week 1, he had 6 receptions, 11 targets, and 80 yards. That was 6th in targets, 3rd in air yards, and 6th in deep targets in the NFL. He also had a 26% target share, 9 targets for 146 yards, 21% target share. Absolutely. Those are big boy numbers. And that basically sums it up, y'all. He's getting a consistent target share and he's producing. Plus, the Texans are bad. They're going to continue to be in a negative game script where they're going to have to throw the ball. So now's the time to go out and buy Nico Collins. Time for my sells. Alexander Madison. Just because someone's the RB1 on the team, it doesn't mean they're a must start every single week. Week 1, he had 11 rushes, 34 yards, 3 receptions on 4 targets, and 1 touchdown. Week 2, 8 rushes for 28 yards, 3 receptions on 6 targets. Not great numbers. So basically, he's been averaging the majority of the work, but he's only really been averaging 10 rushes for 31 yards, 5 targets. The issue is that he's mediocre. He's just an okay running back, and he's playing like a career running back. We saw Dalvin Cook struggle in his offense last year because they're a pass-happy offense. So you want guys like JJ, Hawkinson, Addison. You don't really want the running back unless he's getting a crazy high target share. He's going to need to score to be able to continue to provide consistent fantasy value, and I just don't see that happening in this offense. I'm trying to move on from Madison as soon as possible. And last but not least, we got Drake London. Week 1 was abysmal. 1 target, folks. 1 target, 6% target share. He had a 90% route participation and only ran 20 routes. It's just not good. But I have to say, he did have a much better week 2. He had 6 receptions on 7 targets and 1 touchdown. The issue is that I'm scared of is that it's inconsistent pass offense. Last year, including the playoffs, he had 10 games under 50 yards. And now they have to deal with Bijan Robinson in terms of they have Bijan Robinson. The offense is going to run through Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, which means the passing offense isn't the first priority. And also, I don't trust Desmond Ridder. If you just watch him, he's missing open guys from left to right in the red zone consistently. He has a lot of room to grow as a QB, and I just don't want to be on that ride with him, especially not with a guy who I drafted so high, who has so much potential. I like Drake London as a prospect, as a wide receiver. I just don't want to rely on him on a consistent basis. I just don't know when I feel comfortable starting him. And because of that, I'm trying to move on from Drake London. Time for the summary of my buys and sells. My buys are Jamir Gibbs and Nico Collins. Jamir Gibbs' workload is going to continue to increase. The fantasy points are coming, especially with Monty out. We're going to see Gibbs' production and workload just continue to skyrocket. And Nico Collins, he's the wide receiver 1 on his team. He's getting a healthy target share. He's seeing the most receiving yards, very high upside. I'm saying y'all need to go get him right now. In terms of my sells, Alexander Madison and Drake London. Alexander Madison, again, he's a okay running back on a very pass-heavy offense, but he's not seeing that high of a target share. He needs to be able to score a touchdown to bring consistent fantasy value, and I just don't want to have to rely on my RB1 to do that. And Drake London, very good receiver, but he's in a heavy run offense with inconsistent pass production. And I just don't want to have to deal with that headache, so I'm trying to move on from him as well. And that's it, folks. That's the list. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe to the RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube page. And make sure to follow me, T King Mo, on all platforms. Thank y'all so much. I hope you have yourself a good one.